So today I wanted to do another spoiler-free review and talk to you guys about The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This was my Patreon buddy read for the month of May, and I'm really glad that this got picked because I ended up absolutely loving it. It was a great time. And I kind of knew that I was going to love it because I loved the Starless Sea. And I still think I like the Starless Sea just like a tiny bit more, but this was still really good. So I really think if you read one, you will like the other. Like if you like the Starless Sea, you will probably like the Night Circus. If you like the Night Circus, you'll probably like the Starless Sea because Erin Morgenstern has this very lyrical, flowery writing style, and it goes across both books. Like both books have that same really unique writing style, and I absolutely loved it, but I can totally see why some people wouldn't. This for me was a 5-star book. I devoured it and loved it, but it's not going to be for everyone. I don't think Erin Morgenstern's books are very universal. I think they're fantastic, but I can definitely see why they're so hit or miss. In this book, we are following 2 main characters, and then we have like another set of main characters kind of thrown in there that we don't really realize are main characters until we get closer to the end. Like, you'll kind of see what I mean, but it's a lot of characters. About 4 real main characters, but 2 that kind of like set the stage. And we are following them from a very young age, like 6-year-old children. We follow Celia and Marco. Those are the 2 like main characters. And like I said, we follow them from like 6 years old on. Marco was an orphan, and he was like taken in by this really mysterious man in a gray suit. And then Celia is the daughter of a very famous stage magician, and they are both like pit against each other at a very young age. They are put by their parent guardians into this magical competition where they don't really know the rules. They don't know what they're supposed to do. They don't know who each other is, and they don't know the stakes. They just know that they are destined to compete against each other. And we kind of follow them through their lives. Like, this is a very character-driven story. It sounds like it would be a plot-driven, right? Like, it sounds like it would be just like magical battles and competitions, and it's not that. Let me tell you, it's not that at all. The competition is actually very subdued and quiet, and takes place over many years, up until I think they're like in their 30s or something along those lines. Like, they're fully grown adults, and for the longest time they didn't know who each other was, and then at some point he realizes who she is, but she doesn't know who he is. Like, it's fantastic. But we end up kind of following them through their lives, and then there's like this inception of this circus, this fantastical circus that only appears at night, and it's just very mysterious, and it's got a black and white color scheme. And Marco is actually a assistant to the creator of this Night Circus, and he's got these like kind of people that work with him, and they conceptualize the circus, and Celia ends up being a performer. And so we kind of follow them and their dynamics and their competition and their maybe love story, and it's just so beautiful. We also follow a set of twins who are born the day the circus opens. They are born in the circus to the wife of someone that kind of like has helped establish the circus, and they are born at midnight as soon as the circus opens. And then we also follow this other boy. He's like this country boy farmer's son who wants to escape his life, and he is obsessed with the circus. He loves when the circus comes to town, and he really doesn't want to grow up and just be a farmer like his family wants him to be. And that's kind of the premise of it. There's so much that goes on, like so much. There's little intricacies and small little things, and the magic is very soft. Like we'd never get like a hard magic explanation. It's a very soft magic system, which I know a lot of people don't like. I don't mind. I like both. So that's, we go with it. And it's just whimsical. That's the best way to describe it. Like the circus setting is beautiful, and there's parts of this book that are really sad that I wasn't expecting, and there's parts that are just like heartbreaking, and it's like you don't know what's going on, but you're like, do I root for these people? Like, do I not? Like, what is going on? And I really enjoyed every confusing minute of this book. It made me legitimately want to buy caramel corn. Like, that's how vivid the writing and the setting is it, you can smell the caramel corn through the air while you're reading this, because it is described so well. And the like exhibits within this circus like just sound so beautiful, and I just love everything about it. It's just so cool. We never get like real like hard explanations for a lot of things. Like a lot of things are left up to your imagination, and that's kind of fine with me. But if it is not fine with you, you might not want this. If you want like clear cut answers to things, like this isn't for you, because there's not a whole lot of clear cut answers, and a lot of stuff is left up to your imagination. And honestly, I like that. One thing that kind of threw me a little bit was the time jumps in the timeline. So we'll follow and we'll read like one chapter from one year and another chapter, but it'll be from like years previous. So it like kind of goes back and forth, not to the extent that like Vicious does, where it's like real back and forth, but it's like subtly back and forth, and it'll be like a couple years difference. So there were a couple times where I had to like flip back and be like, oh, okay, so this is happening in 1902 and this is happening in, you know, 1894 or whatever. So like it was really like close time jumps, but I would have to kind of go back every once in a while and look. This is also like not a fast-paced book. If you need fast-paced and action and plot and really driven, like you're not gonna get it with this or with the Starless Sea. Like that's not Erin Morgenstern's like writing style. It's very slow, character driven, setting driven, very vivid descriptions, very flowery. Like that's what you're gonna get with this book. You are going to get flowery, vivid, beautiful writing that's heavily focused on your characters. So if you don't find yourself liking the characters, like you're probably not gonna like this book. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, but I absolutely loved it. I thought the characters were beautiful and fantastic, and I love how Erin Morgenstern writes her worlds. And like I can see why it takes her so long to write a book. Like there's like 10 years between books, I believe, and we're actually coming up on an anniversary for the Starless Sea, and I believe Illumicrate is doing like a special edition box, and you know I have to buy it because it just screams to me. I need it. I need it in my life. I wish it was Night Circus and Starless Sea, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that Illumicrate box. But yeah, if you are like kind of on the fence about reading the Night Circus, I recommend checking it out if that sounds like something you would like. If you liked, like if you read and liked the Starless Sea, I recommend picking this up. And if you like a very vivid, character-driven, slower paced, just kind of slice of life type story with a soft magic system and kind of open endings to things, pick it up, because I thought this was really well done and fun and whimsical, and I loved it. So go get this one, okay? Just try it out. All right, well, I am Jessie. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.